Morning, all. All right, so we have 11 games tonight in the National Hockey League, so busy night. We got 4 games starting at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. 2 an hour later, or 2 an hour later, 1 a half an hour after that, half an hour, 1 hour for these two, and then half an hour. So they're nicely spread out. So 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Colorado Avalanche and the Buffalo Sabres. First of 2 meetings. The meeting in Denver will be on December 15th. For Colorado, they're 12-7-1 currently. For today's preview, I thought, I'll look at guys that I think should have more goals and might be due for one tonight. Starting with Logan O'Connor with 5 goals, 2 assists for Colorado. JT Compher only has 1 goal so far to go with 7 assists. He's due. On the Buffalo side, they are 10-12-1 after the shootout victory over Detroit last night. So back-to-backs. It's not easy. And now they got Colorado waiting for them. Okposo, 1 goal, 9 assists, 10 points. Peterka, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. Prominent with the passing, but a decent shot. I think Peterka has a good shot at getting one tonight. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Nashville and the New Jersey Devils. The next start between these two will be in Nashville on January 26th. For the Preds, they're 10-9-2. They're trying to stay above NHL 500. Granlund, 2 goals, 14 assists, 16 points. Duchesne, 5 goals with 12 assists for 17 points. Both, sure, due for a goal. On the New Jersey front, now it's December, so the record that they had in November was awesome. Now they get to try to start one in December. They're 19-4 currently. Mercer, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. Howla just has the 1 goal so far to go with 8 assists for 9 points. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Philadelphia Flyers. On October 18th, Philadelphia beat Tampa 3-2. That must feel like a lifetime ago. The third and final meeting between these teams will be on March the 7th. Tampa Bay is 13-8-1. I picked 2 of their depth guys for this part. Maroon with 4 assists, definitely due for a goal. So's Nemesnikov, who also has 4 assists for the Tampa Bay Lightning. On the Philadelphia front, they're 8-10-5. Noah Cates, 3 goals, 5 assists for him. And I keep putting up Joel Farabee, and I'll keep doing it. He now has 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points overall. Again, players that are due for goals and whatnot. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific start between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on January the 5th. For Vegas, they're 17-6-1 overall. Stevenson, 6 goals, 13 assists, 19 points. Very prominent player for the Vegas Golden Knights. And, yeah, due for a goal? Sure, why not? Kessel, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Again, the offense for Kessel has definitely dropped off over the last couple of years, but he's still on a record-length Ironman streak, and yeah, he's been prominent lately. We'll see if he gets one. On the Pittsburgh front, 11-8-4 overall. I've mentioned Brian Rust many times. He is still stuck on 10 points. 5 goals to go with 5 assists for Rust, and I think he had expected probably a little more out of himself. Jason Zucker, just the 5 goals, but he's got 10 assists with his 5 goals for 15 points overall. Then we get to 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific start between the Carolina Hurricanes and the St. Louis Blues. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in Carolina on February the 21st. For the Canes, they're 12-6-5 on the season. Jordan Staal with 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Martinook has been all over for them. He's recently passed 500 games. And so, yeah, Martinook, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points overall. Again, prominent, probably due for a goal. On the St. Louis side, they're 11-11, just the measure of 500. And we'll see whether or not St. Louis can get it together, win more regularly, and solidify a spot in the playoffs, since nobody's really running away with the West right now. Barbashev, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. I'd expected more goals from Barbashev at this point. Ryan O'Reilly has been getting better. He's now up to 6 goals to go with 4 assists, but just the 10 points in 22 games, that is disappointing to this stage in the season. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between the Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. So the Oilers made it close against Chicago last night, but they still won. We'll see how they do on back-to-backs going to Minnesota. These teams are going to get to know each other very well over the next 12 days. This is the first of 3 meetings over those next 12 days. They meet again on December 9th as well as December 12th, and then they're done with each other. For Edmonton, they're 13-10 on the season. Holloway has been prominent lately. He has 1 goal to go with 2 assists. Warren Fogle, one of the more hard-working players on the Edmonton Oilers roster, 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points for Fogle. On the Minnesota side, 10-9-2 is their overall record. Marcus Foligno, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. The offense has been better for him lately. Dewar gets all kinds of rush chances and fast breaks, but he's only got 1 goal with 4 assists for 5 points. So I don't think the points tell the whole story with Dewar, and I think the points eventually have to go up. And then at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, we have a start between the Anaheim Ducks and the Dallas Stars. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again January 4th and February 6th. There are a lot of matchups tonight that are the first of 2 or the first of 3. The only teams that have met each other on the board so far are Tampa Bay and Philly, and those are the only ones that have on the entire board. So for the Anaheim Ducks, they're 6-15-2 overall. Silverberg, 3 goals and an assist for 4 points. Again, you would expect a little more from Silverberg to this stage. And Max Jones, who's been very good lately, he's had some fast break chances too. Just the 2 goals to go with 2 assists for 4 points thus far for Max. On the Dallas side, 13-6-4 is the record. Tyler Seguin, the assists have been good lately, but he's just got the 4 goals to go with 14 assists for 18 points. Ty Dellandrea, offensively, he's been picking it up lately. He has 4 goals to go with 9 assists for 13 points. So Dallas continues to basically turn these kids into star players, and Dellandrea and Johnston appear to be the latest. And I don't just mean as in Dallas stars either. I mean stars. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start between the Montreal Canadiens and the Calgary Flames. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on December 12th. And this will be an interesting one. For Montreal, they're 11-10-1. They weren't expected to be this good. Gallagher, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. Had a crossbar in their last game. Jake Evans, just the 2 assists so far. I'm surprised he doesn't have a goal yet, to be honest, but the work ethic is there with him. On the Calgary front, they're 10-9-3, and their record's considered to be disappointing, and that's the difference between expectations. Huberdeau is picking it up, though. 4 goals, 8 assists for 12 points. He's been better lately. And Dylan Dubé, just the 4 goals to go with 5 assists for 9 points. Very prominent, and I again, the points don't necessarily tell the whole story when it comes to NHL players. And then 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, we get into the late starts. Florida in against the Vancouver Canucks. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again January 14th. For Florida, it has been a frustrating road trip so far. They're now 10-9-4. Sam Bennett, 5 goals with 11 assists. He's kind of due for a goal. And Hornqvist has 1 goal with 1 assist. He's still, though, a net front presence. Eventually, a couple are going to bounce in off of him. Vancouver, 9-11-3, so they had the 3-game winning streak ended by the Caps. They have to get back to winning, but against Florida, that's not going to be easy. Besser, 3 goals with 11 assists, 14 points. He had a nice long point streak that recently got snapped. Why doesn't he get another one started? Let's get her going. And Amon. Amon has been, honestly, I think, pretty good on their 4th line. A goal with 4 assists for 5 points. And again, I think as a 4th liner, he's been serviceable. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start time between the Washington Capitals and the Seattle Kraken. The second meeting will be on December 9th in Washington, so I'm wearing Seattle. I'm saying, sure, 7-game winning streak, let's go. For the Caps, they're 10-11-3, coming off that win a couple nights ago in Vancouver. Lars Eller, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. Again, surprising that he's that low. Protas is a huge kid, and eventually you'd think the puck will start going in the net for him. 3 goals and an assist for 4 points. On the Seattle front, they're 14-5-3. Since everybody had a goal against LA, I had to dig a bit. Bjorkstrand did have a goal against LA, but he only had 1, and he's still only at 3 for the year, so he has 3 goals, 9 assists for 12 points. And Yanni Gourde did not have a goal in that game. 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points in that one. So they're going to look for a bit of a cleaner game, although Ovechkin is all for a 9-8 game if they feel like playing that again, because he'd probably rack up 4 goals there, right? 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start between the Arizona Coyotes and the LA Kings. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again on December 23rd as well as February the 18th. For the Arizona Coyotes, they're 7-10-3 overall. This is continuing that 14-game road trip. Boyd, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. Due for a goal. He does play on their power play, too, so he's due for one. Michelli, just the 1 goal with 12 assists for 13 points. The rookie nobody's really talking about because he's in Arizona. On the LA front, they're 12-9-4 overall. Kopitar, 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points. I believe he had a goal in that game against Seattle, but who didn't? Edler didn't. He only has 5 assists so far, so last time I had him on the board, he got a couple of points pretty quickly after. Maybe I put him on the board again, and he ends up getting that first goal of the season. Anyways, there you go. Let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.